Hello, beautiful people, mi gente bella. Welcome to another edition of Santana Says, where we talk about everything from roadblocks to relationships, everything in between, and the overall journey of life. I am excited as always to bring you another edition of the show, but also another wonderful guest, because exactly, we are continuing with our Dope Dad series. So if you heard about it, this is continuing, so we're going to do it all month, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it moving, and so we get to have another Dope Dad on the couch sharing the space with me. And so I would love for you, please, to tell the wonderful people, who are you, what you do, all that.
My name is Manny Santiago. I'm the chairman of the New Era Young Lords, Ohio chapter. I am a photographer, videographer. I am a teacher for Feluca Cultural Arts. And I am a dope-ass dad.
I mean, let's go. Y'all heard it, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And because of how dope you are as a dad, I was about to say, I would love to start with the other parts first, because in addition to being a dad, like you mentioned, you do have all these other roles.
Those are all things that come together for me to be a dope dad. Like, that helped me be a dope dad. Working with kids every day, showing my kids how to work within the community. It's like just having them a part, like that's my work. So then having them a part of my work. Is dope. You know what I mean? Before I used to work a 9 to 5. And big lots. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you know, the daily grind, you know, of retail and stuff like that. My kids, I couldn't get to see them as much as I used to. But now that I like shifted over now and I'm more like in that entrepreneur mind frame, I get to see them every day. I get to wake up with my baby girl every day. And there's nothing better than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I can wake up with her. I know where she's at. She's safe. She's good with me. I get to nurture her. You know what I'm saying? I create that bond. You know, I didn't get to have that with my boys. I got 3 boys, and again, I busted my ass.
Absolutely.
When they were growing up, to where I'm at that point now, where I can be at home with her. So it's just a dope experience to have that, you know, be an option. You know? I love it.
I love to hear that. And then, you know, for people who are considering like entrepreneur, did you always know that you was gonna go that path?
I did not. No, I did not. I always knew I had like ideas and I had that imagination of things that I wanted in life. I just didn't know what direction it, you know, kind of take. And we live like in an age right now where we're like, I guess I don't know what you want to call it, like in between that state of being like millennials and not millennials.
Pretty much.
Where that was a part of that millennial branch, you know what I mean? That I got to know that you can be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? That other side was more kind of like you're a worker the rest of your life. You're going to die for a company.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to retire old if you even get to live that long. So like, you know, having that other side of me, you know, it kind of like I was a part of that lifestyle of like being an artist, not knowing that your art costs money. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking it's just a hobby. Not knowing, and then you're figuring it out like, hold on, no, you could definitely make money off of this. And your hobby can become a career. And that's where I kind of am in life right now. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I really don't know sometimes what the hell I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Piecing it together.
But that's how you do it. It's trial and effort. And like, you know, not to be corny or like cliche or nothing about being a dope dad. It's like learning these things, going through these trials and tribulations in order for them to not have to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know everything, but at least they're going to know.
Oh,
you know?
Absolutely.
They will. And like, that's some of the stuff that keeps me going every day to like still grow and not be stuck in a certain mind frame of always thinking it is what I think it's supposed to be, and not realizing like everything is growing and not becoming stagnant. You know? And learning my kids. Like there's some things they do I was like, I don't like that shit. Like, why you just, you know, like, and it's like, and then I'm like, hold on, like that's not like I'm going backwards now. I'm not growing with them. You know what I mean? I'm not letting them grow. You know, and it's wild. Like it's a different time now. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And trying to learn how to parent is like, we can't control, you know, what they do. No. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, I know, we really gotta be witnesses to their journey. But because we're still influencing, of course we want to step in. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to know when to do
hard,
that.
Yeah, and it's hard to like one of the sayings that we grew up with all the time is like, when we were younger, we would always look at that generation after us and be like, you know, I don't ever want to become that that old person that doesn't connect. You know what I mean?
Lose my
and
touch.
And then you hear those what's the cliche, like, when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. That's what I did.
Yeah, like that's not, you can't live like that anymore.
No, we gotta change.
It's different times, you know,
Yeah.
and that's how you have to grow with, you know, in time. Like, you can't just stay stagnant in time and be thinking it's the 90s still.
Right.
It's definitely not the 90s. It's not the 80s. It's far from the 60s.
Right.
You know, everything has grown. We're a lot smarter now. We're more go-getters.
Oh, yeah.
No knock to the previous generations before, because they were hard workers.
Absolutely.
But we're go-getters in the sense of getting it for ourselves.
Yes.
You know?
Oh,
and there's no stopping that. You know, like, and back in the day, it was just kind of like, it is what it is, you know? And
I'm going to just take it.
Yeah, and then, like, even with hip-hop music, my kids listen to hip-hop music now. It's not the same, our same hip-hop music.
It's really not.
But you'll catch me jigging, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll be like, oh, hold on. Like, I could kind of relate to them with this in a sense, you know, because it was the same music that my parents were telling me was not good music.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
all of a sudden,
my 90s music wasn't good. It was like, oh, turn this shit off. Throw on some LL or something, which LL's not bad. I love LL, but it was like, we were like in Wu-Tang, and we were in like different, it was more hardcore, and our parents were looking at us like, that's trash.
Right.
And I don't want to become my parent, and not in a bad way.
Right.
I'm not saying that like disrespectfully or anything, but I don't want to become that person where I have a block on my thinking. You know? And especially when it comes to my kids, because I have to understand what they're going through.
Absolutely.
By listening to the music that they're listening to.
Right.
And a lot of the music that we listen to now is a huge influence in our children's lives, right?
Yeah.
So you could hear something and you could just listen to it and be like, and watch how they mimic it back. Like, it could be the most saddest, depressing shit ever.
Right.
And they'll be mimicking this and not knowing that they're becoming.
Oh, yeah.
Pop a pill. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, I'm jigging with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is. But then you're like listening to it and you're like, hold on.
Right.
You know, like, this is some depressing shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we don't know that our kids are sponges.
Yep.
Or we should know.
Yeah.
That our kids are sponges. And they're just sucking all that in, that negative energy in, you know. So, you know, being a parent is so many different obstacles you have to block from your children.
Right.
Right? But you have to go through it with them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not always be just so judgmental and sometimes overprotective.
Right.
You know, because I know that's when I got into a lot of my shit when I was a kid that, you know, I probably wouldn't have got into if my parents weren't so overprotected.
Right, right.
Because now I gotta maneuver and I gotta lie, like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I missed the bus. You know what I'm saying? Where was she? You know, those Boricua parents don't play. They be waiting at the bus stop.
Not at all.
Like,
they don't.
Where you at? Like, oh, I missed the bus. You know, I had to go.
Exactly.
I was over here, you know, doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. So, like, I'd rather just know where you're at, where you're going, who you gonna be with. You know, like, what time you getting home? Check in. You know, like. Because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to do regardless. And then that's when they're going to be unprotected because they ain't nobody going to know what they're doing out there. Well, you know, and it could be something so stupid. They just want to be with a friend.
Yeah, it could.
You know, like, and it's like.
Yes. Most of the time.
Now they're doing something stupid because you got to hide, they're hiding everything. And then that becomes bigger, you know, bigger lies and so on and so forth.
Oh, but I agree. Not only as a parent, but like, because I also work at a high school. And I agree. Most of the time, they don't really want to leave for like bad stuff or anything like you said. But it's interesting that you said, like we said, shout out definitely to our parents because they did. They did bust their ass. No, we wouldn't be here for what?
No,
you know what I'm saying? For all the sacrifices. Exactly. But I agree with you that I just feel that they were not taught to be open-minded. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? It was not like that. We had these more rigid things. You know what I'm saying? It was straight up strict. And that's just what they knew. And that's what they passed down.
And then they passed it down.
Exactly.
And that's when it becomes like in our generation now where we're going through these things where a lot more of us are talking about breaking generational curses. Yeah. And those are part of generational curses.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, language, all that type of stuff. Like, you know, we don't understand why we kind of are who we are because of the things before us that led up to that. And until we go do the homework on why we are the way we are, we're not going to know.
What got us here.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, and how can you teach something you don't know?
Oh my gosh, exactly.
You know,
you can't.
But they did great. They did a great job. It's just kind of, you know, you look back on it, it was just kind of like overbearing at times. Like, it was unnecessary.
True.
You know, it was like I want to go chill, but now I gotta lie and you're making it like I'm about to hit the block and sell some dope.
Exactly. They picture the worst case scenario. I know. I'm like,
that's the last thing I want to do. I just want to go ride the block.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
ride my bike down the street.
That's it. You know, but like, yes, they picture it. No,
yeah, they're just like that. They're like picturing death and you know all this. And it's like we grew up in the hood. We grew up in the same hood.
Oh, we definitely did.
And
shout out to the east side.
It wasn't blue skies and flowers all the time, but at the same time, it was a community. Oh, yeah. And everybody knew each other. And it was like something that we shouldn't have been so worried about. Yes. And, it was a beautiful thing. Me growing up there is why I am who I am today.
Yes.
Because of that diversity, that, that inclusion. Everybody was included. And it felt safe.
That's what I was going to say. Yes. Yeah, and all I was going to add was that, like, dang, I actually felt like we looked out for each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what's up with these kids now. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes now going outside, anything can happen.
So that's another thing that I think, like, sometimes we'd be too overbearing because my son is at that age now. He's 14, where he wants to venture out. And I'm like, go ahead. And he was like, wanted to go to Michael J. Zone and hoop with his friends. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, man. No problem. Right. He goes. Like an hour later, 2 hours later, he calls me. He's like, I'm on 117th at Target. We got on a rapid. I'm like, yo.
Right. That's not what you said.
Like, hold on. Like, I told you, like, you got to fill me in. You got to fill me in. Like, yes. But at the same time, nothing happened to him. I think that I've built him up enough to understand dangers and, not be totally naive. And like, keep him. It's like, go outside. Like, outside should be the safest place where you're at. Like, in front of your house. Yes. Your neighborhood. Yep. Like, I want you to play with other kids down the street.
Literally. And know how to play.
And be okay. Like, but then those are times where you don't see too many kids out on the block no more. Now they're venturing out. Yeah. Right? It's a new way of living now. It's a little different. And I sometimes feel like violence is like, it's where violence is. It's like I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like almost like that's where it's gonna be. If you don't be around that shit, then you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If you're not in that environment.
Even in the environment that everybody thinks that environment is.
Right. Yep.
Because trust me, we be on one block.
Right.
Playing at kids, and on the next block,
something happening.
They're doing something on that block. But if we were staying on this block right here,
stay with our people,
nothing would really happen. And today's time is kind of like, you just got to hope your kids go out there and understand that, right? And they get back home.
Yeah, definitely. Right. And that's why I appreciate the communication piece. Because I feel like, agreed. As long as I know, though, you know what I'm saying? Check in with me, do that. Because, again, that's the part that I think, agreeably, we were unfortunately, like, not necessarily on purpose, but we were taught to lie to our parents, like you talked about. Yeah. Because they, because even if we tried to be open with them, they just were not trying to hear that.
You're not going to the movies.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody sleeping. Right. Yeah, you ain't doing no sleepovers.
No sleepovers?
Sleepovers. I wanted to sleepover so bad, y'all.
Sleepovers. Man, you had that, man. I got a couple sleepovers, but you had to do like the bribery.
No, it was a lot. Like, it was a whole week process.
The whole crew had to ask. Like,
man. Please. I know, weigh her down. Yeah, weigh mommy down.
Like, right.
You can do
twitching,
it. Like, exactly. Still giving in with resistance.
Stuff like that. That was like really weird. I'd be having like, it'd be like 5 kids in my living room sleeping in the nighttime. Like, the parents be like, you sure? Like, like, let them sleep over. We got a basketball game tomorrow. We're all going to go to the basketball game together. Yes.
We can breed that community.
Yeah, wake up in the morning, cook breakfast for them. Right. Like, get the day started. I love that. I love that sense of community.
Yes.
And then, like, knowing your kids' friends.
Yes. And being able to tap into that.
Yeah, knowing their parents. Piece.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing all that stuff. Like, I coach basketball, and there's one particular kid on my team that I've been coaching him since January. I've never met his mom or his dad. Pick him up in the projects. Oh, wow. Take him to the game. I'm like, yo, I need to meet your mom. I need to meet your dad. Yeah.
You will. Right.
And look where we're at. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I know he's in good hands.
Right.
And I know he's better off with me than being out on the street.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if whoever's letting him go with me, he's good.
Yeah.
And he's going to get home safe, and he's going to get fed, and all that stuff. And parenting is more than just being a parent to your children.
Right.
For me,
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's like just you got to be that father figure to many. You know, like some people don't have that. Some people might have one that's not good.
Yeah.
Or not have one at all.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, definitely being able to bring that in. And I love that. I definitely love that community part because I mean, I'm saying all that and I do joke that sometimes I'm like, these kids don't know how to play outside. But then again, if we're not letting them get out there, they're not gonna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta be able to help change that because we do see we are up against a lot now. They got more technology, they got all this stuff.
They got a phone in their hand.
Exactly. So like, yeah, it makes it less appealing to actually interact in those human ways. But like as long as we can breed that, because yes, there is a lot that great comes from that. And being on a team and having like people that are in your community that support you.
Somebody to talk to, somebody to be around. Even like with bros, like I could talk from like a male standpoint. It's good to have that interaction between friends that are males.
Yes. Away
from that female structure to where you could go. Sometimes you don't need a vent to a female. Maybe you just need a vent to your homie and be like, yo, like, you know, you're going through this. Oh, you could come stay with us at our house.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? My pops ain't gonna care. My mom ain't gonna care. You know, like it's good to have that camaraderie and build that. And that's what I try to build with my boys. I'm like, y'all, you guys are brothers now. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Like we all, if nobody's eating, then ain't nobody eating. But we all gonna eat.
We gonna make sure.
Yeah, we all gonna eat.
See, and that's dope. And then because you have that, right? Like, so within that, you know, realm of like your male camaraderie and your brotherhood and all that, like, do y'all talk about them tough topics? Like, you know what I'm saying, mental health and all that?
That's what we are. We do. Yeah,
okay,
we do.
that's what's up.
And like, and that's a big thing with me, just in general, in relationships. You know what I mean? Like, just being more open and being kind of like vulnerable. You know, it's okay. You know, and you got to know those rooms. You can't just be vulnerable to somebody you really don't know. But if somebody's really trying to make that connection and you feel a connection with somebody, it's okay. It's okay. And that's what needs to be let known. Like, like, I love you. Go ahead and tell me what you're going through. You know,
exactly.
You know, well, how can I help? You know, sometimes as males too, we get to a point where it's like, I'm a man. I just got to go through it. You know, I just got to get through it. You know, nobody cares. Nobody, and I don't believe that, but I see some other people that do, and I'm like, bro, like,
it ain't gonna be like that.
Yes, it does. It's not that hard. You know, you making it harder than it is.
Yep.
You know, like, you know, and then that's not really. I think sometimes again we go to like as a male we're looking for that acceptance from a woman, from a woman, where it's like you could get that from your brothers, and you don't gotta. You know, coming from where we come from, you don't always got to be so tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always got to be, quote unquote, gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I think that's the most gangster shit.
Right.
you know, like when you could just be like, when you could like you could be a man and survive and do all this and then still be vulnerable.
Right.
You know, and still be open and still be able to talk and be like, you know, I cried yesterday.
Right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's up.
That's not being like, oh, you a BITC, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for real.
You know, and I'd be like, nah, and those are things that we came from as well. Those are generational curses that we're trying to break.
Yes.
Because that was the thing. Like, you can't cry.
Yeah.
Don't cry. What you crying for?
Right.
Or don't hold my hand.
Yeah.
You're a boy.
Yes.
Like, what? Like, you're my dad. Like,
right.
You know, like,
why can't I hold your hand?
That, you know.
Right.
And like, it's like, it was just, you know, those are really weird behaviors that we have to break. You know, like it's okay if your son wants to hold your hand and go like that.
Yeah,
it's all right. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't make him less a man.
No, because I know people that did that were afraid of something. Yeah. Like as far as like homosexuality being like thinking that was gonna cause homosexuality. Like, no, you got this totally. You got it totally wrong. You know, but those were stigmas that again in the 90s and before that, that people lived with. Like, everything was, you know, that's gay.
Right.
That's gay. Like, showing emotion. Oh, that's gay. Like, what the hell does that, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know? Like,
And I'm definitely glad you brought that up because, like, and I love that now, even when it comes to anything LGBT related, you know what I'm saying, in general, I'm glad we even have conversations about that because agreeably, like you said, the only thing a lot of people have introduction to is hearing that. You know what I'm saying? Hearing the gay term thrown around. And I'm sure it was such an insult to people in the community. They're like, wow, really? You using me as a damn adjective?
And it doesn't matter. But then the person doesn't understand even what it means.
Exactly. Like, you just throwing it around. Like, what you doing?
Yeah, like, what? Yeah. Yes. So, like, and then again, that goes back to just being, trying to be overly tough and trying to be these personas.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's like, you know, you could still be tough and you could still be a gangster,
Right.
you know, and
Please
still
know
love and still cry and still
Yes.
have emotions, and I think that's what's wrong with these kids too nowadays, is that like they're just so cold
Right.
because they're not getting that love, they're not
Right.
getting that one-on-one time with somebody, you know,
Right.
that personally loves them, you know,
Right.
and that shit could come from anywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't gotta come from home. Like I swear, I see kids twice a week that I teach.
Yeah.
You know, at Feluke Cultural Arts, like and like that, just those 2 days just be enough for them.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
and I go home like missing them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and
Yeah.
I'm at home
That
like,
fulfillment.
are they okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then I, you know, like and then I go through things where I'm talking to them because these mental health things are they're
Oh, yeah.
different.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take them outside and I'll talk to them. I'm like, what's going on, man? Like,
Right.
and they like to say, they be like, man, Santiago, he ain't the op. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, so that shit, that shares stuff with me because I'm not. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? I come from the same blocks.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We teach over on Quincy. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So,
like, I'm right down the street from where I grew up my whole life. You know, my
right.
friends my best friends look like these kids. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like,
yeah.
We all act the same. Like, so I have a connection with them. And they're like, Santiago ain't the ops, man. All right, go outside. I'll go outside to talk to you.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. I can do it with you.
All right, so we'll go out. No, we'll go out there, and it's some of the most traumatizing things that they go through.
Yes.
That sometimes I go home where I'm like speechless. Like I just don't. I'll be like,
right.
Like drained.
Yeah, man. I know.
You know, like
it does.
what?
It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, man. I had one of my kids. He's one of my favorite kids. I'm not gonna say his name or nothing like that because I don't know.
You're right.
I don't want you to get sued or
yeah. Right. You don't keep running for him.
Redacted. That's gonna be the first time we meet his mama. Like,
exactly.
This is how I get to meet you.
Right.
You suing us?
So I dropped the name, right?
No, I'll play.
Oh man.
So like I get him outside. We start talking. He's going through, you know, throwing some like you could just tell like emotionally. He's not there. He's one of my brightest kids. He comes in, Santiago, daps me up, you know, like ready to go. And he just wasn't right, like for like 2 days straight. And I'm like, there's something wrong with him.
Right.
So I go ask one of the other aides. I'm like, is something wrong with him? She's like, yeah, his brother got killed. And I'm like,
dang.
So she tells me the story. I guess he was playing video games. Must have got into some street stuff with some other kids. These are kids,
right?
And they broke into the house and they shot him. And that was his older brother, right? So I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey, I heard that this happened. You know, how you doing? He was like, I'm good. And I'm like, nah, you're not.
Right.
Like, you're not. Like you could talk to me. He's like, no, I'm good. I'll be straight. This is coming from an 11-year-old.
Oh, my God.
You know, like, I got like a little tear in my eye now. Like, because it's real deep. Like, this is what they're going through. He's like, I'm good.
Right.
And I was like, man, like, you know I love you, right? He was like, I love you too. And I'm like, he's like, but I'm good.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, damn. Like, I'm like, let me give you my phone number. You can call me whenever you want.
Please,
and he's like, no, this is Santiago, straight. But it was just like, man, now I'm just like letting him go.
Yeah.
Right back into like the grinder. You know?
Pretty much.
But I do understand that me being there those 2 days is giving him a different outlook on life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's giving him, a person, when he sees me, you know what I'm saying? He lights up, I light up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he feels that genuine connection and love, you know?
Right.
And that's what I mean, too, about being a father. It doesn't matter if you're a father to, your own children. It's about how you treat all the children.
Oh, my gosh, yes, exactly.
Like, you have to be a father, role model, parent. And it's sad. It's rough out here. It's
definitely not easy.
Like, even my kids, I'm like, man, y'all don't know. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't know, man. Like, y'all let y'all yoke you up right now because you don't know what there's somebody out here struggling, man.
Right. Yeah, you think
and,
struggle.
And we're still in the hood. You know, don't get it twisted. We're still in the hood, but it's like we're good compared to a lot, and that's one of the reasons why, I like giving back. Is because I understand that. Like, we're the same people. Right. Black or brown. It doesn't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We come from the same place at the end of the day. And that's not, here in America, you know?
Yes, yes. Right.
You know, so at the end of the day, once you start understanding that more too, that makes the tribe bigger.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you're not just touching, you know, when we say my people. When I say my people, I mean it in the whole.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, when we say my people, they just mean whatever you resonate with. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's not my people.
That's not.
You know, my people is all our people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so like, you know, being able to, you know, be out here back in this community is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
You know, huge deal for me.
Oh, absolutely. And I was going to say, shout out to that, because, like, as y'all heard, not only do you wear many hats, so, like, we're going to shout out that fact, but like you said, giving back is definitely literally your entire nature. Like, I don't know anybody that gives back more than this man, okay?
Yeah.
So, like, and I love it. I agree that it's supernatural, though. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something that you just do genuinely.
Oh, this is genuine.
Yeah, it's just you. It's just who you are.
I got people don't like me because it's so genuine.
I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? But and then it's like, and it's true. There are people where that's going to rub them the wrong way. Yeah. But it's like, okay, look within. You know what I'm saying? Why is that bothering you? Yeah. Because all you're doing is leading with love. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah.
You just want to, and there's unity. Yeah.
Not even me. Just like me and I got so many, you know, friends, family that do this, and we do not get paid for this. No. We don't do this for a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do this genuinely because we love where we come from.
Right.
We see more in us. You know what I'm saying? We know we matter.
Absolutely. Hello.
You know, and it's like, it's a big deal for a lot of us.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not the only one, man. There's some pretty dope people in the city in general.
Yep.
You know, I can name Fahim from New Era, Cleveland.
Yep.
I could go down the list of 15 people we got in our group.
Right.
You know, like, there's a lot of organizations out here that are doing it from their hearts.
Yes, exactly.
And you could really, you know, you could find those people if you go out and you make a difference within yourself.
Right.
Because if you're not, then you're just going to see the same thing that you guys always see.
Right.
You know, like, until you change that environment, then it's always going to be what it is.
Oh, my gosh, exactly.
Yeah.
And I remember telling somebody even recently, like, I don't think, you know, if you just challenge yourself to see things more positively, it's not that all of a sudden only positive things are going to happen to you. It's just that they're going to stand out more. You're going to finally notice them. You know what I'm saying? Because they were there.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But now you're like, oh, dang. Like,
you're tapping in.
That's it. And then all of a sudden your environment can change.
Yeah, it's very important. Like, I try to tell people that be like, oh, man, you can't change the world. I was like, yeah, but I can change the environment around me.
Hello.
And then eventually, if it's like a wildfire,
right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It'll spread. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it will change the world. Like, why not?
Why not?
Why not think like that?
Yeah, exactly. Why not try?
Yeah. When we started the New Era Young Lords, that's something that I believe in heavily, you know, because it really is changing the world, because it went from one place to the next place to another place to another place to where we're all over this country now. We come together and we all do the same type of work, community work. You know, self-knowing, you know, just everything that comes along with empowering our people. That's what we do. Yep. You know, feeding them. It could go reading a freaking book.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, like, and, you know, and it's like, again, those were things that started predominantly in one place.
Yep.
And now you go to Connecticut, New York, Florida, Chicago, Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rico. Now we're everywhere. So again, those little dreams and aspirations now that seeds was planted. Now we're a tree.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we have roots.
Yeah, we have roots, and we're like extended. Like you know, we do a lot of work where, you know, in Puerto Rico, you see in Puerto Rico, we go down there every 6 months.
Yes.
We build schools. We help renovate old elderly homes.
Yep. Santana Says home. Yep.
We helped in an art studio.
Right.
The wall was falling down because the water from the hurricanes was pushing the wall down. We literally, you know, cemented everything. Like, you know, we do a lot of this stuff with like no help from nobody. You know what I mean? Like, we just do it out the kindness of our heart.
Yep.
And then one of the things that, you know, going back to the topic of being a dope dad is like, I've never been to Puerto Rico.
Right.
Up until the first time that I went 2 years ago when Hurricane Maria hit. That was my first time going to Puerto Rico. It was during a natural disaster.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life, because you know, people would always tell me, why didn't you go? Why haven't you go to Puerto Rico? You know, and I'm like, I just gotta wait for like when the right time for me is.
Yep.
Like I just don't want to go just to go. Like, you know, if I had opportunities, yeah.
Yep.
But did I take them? I was like, nah, because it didn't feel like it was calling me.
Right.
That time it did. It felt
Absolutely
like it was calling me, and I had to go there for a purpose.
Yep.
You know?
Ooh, yes.
When I did that, we were talking about breaking generational curses. Like, obviously, it wasn't up to me to take myself to Puerto Rico as a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, instead of looking at my parents now to this day, like, you never took me to Puerto Rico. It's time for me to break that.
Right.
That, you know, that family. I don't want to say curse, you know, but like that stigma of not going, and I did it.
And the resentment,
and like just getting rid of all of it and creating new memories now. Like I felt that void with positive energy. So I do that, and when I did that, I was like, all right, now I did it for me. You know, next is my little Manny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take little Manny, and that was a big father moment for me because I wanted him to understand where he comes from. You know, and then go and give back to where he comes from.
Oh yeah.
Learn the island, you know what I'm saying, not as a tourist, but as part of the people.
Yes, you know? Native.
And yeah. So I wanted him to learn that, but then I wanted him to do it with me.
Correct.
So we could create a bond together, and he could see what his dad does.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then understand that, like, he has something that he doesn't have to be a young lord at the end of the day.
Right.
But that's there for him.
But you can. Exactly.
You know, and you want to be what you want to be. You're going to be something productive in this life, but that's not your calling, and that's not your calling.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
you allowed to make that choice.
Yeah, so, but I wanted him to see that. I wanted him to be a part of that. So I knocked that off, and then now Juju's getting to that age where he's 8, you know, going on 9. Like, he's next, you know what I'm saying? And then Nala's going to go earlier than all of them, you know. My oldest, Nick, you know what I'm saying? He's eventually we're all going to go. Like, that's not a question about us not going anymore.
It's just when now.
We're going to go, you know. And I get into it with my wife all the time because she's like, yo, I'm like, we're going back to Puerto Rico in October. She's like, y'all going back to do work?
We are.
Like, 8 days straight, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yes.
You know, like, she's like, I don't know. I'm like, you don't gotta go and like literally that like. So I think sometimes people would like when it comes to like charity work. I hate calling it charity work, but when it comes to that type of style of work, I think people feel like they got to give their all or nothing, not knowing that just a little bit makes a difference. Yeah, it all goes a long way. There are going to be some people that give their all, like myself and some of my friends.
Oh yeah,
you know, my comrades, like we give our all,
right?
But then we need that support from other people just to give a little bit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that'll still help.
And it's
forward.
a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Yes.
It don't ever go, I don't give a shit what you do to help. Right. If you help, it is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have that village mentality.
Oh, yeah.
To where everybody's each one teach one. It's that I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You need sugar. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just need a sugar. I'm missing one ingredient, sugar. That's a big deal because now it feeds everybody.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So we can all, and then you give that one thing, somebody creates something, and then they're able to share that one thing with everyone. Exactly. Like, why not? Yeah. So it just builds us up.
Yeah, I think sometimes people are just intimidated.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, all right, because everybody puts a number on something.
Yeah, man. We always got to quantify it.
Yeah, like, hold on. That's like what you did.
Yeah,
you didn't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Like, damn. Like,
right.
You know? And you know, once we start having that mentality where like just a little bit is a lot, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. It'll make you want to do more.
Yeah,
I tell people that all the time. I'm like, man, it will make you want to do more. You're
Correct.
Gonna be like,
if you
you're gonna
just
try, try to switch it up. You know, like that comes with anything in life. I believe. Yeah. Like just try to if something's not working, just try to switch it up a little bit.
Right.
If you really want to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're not giving yourself an excuse.
Yep.
You know, because we all do that. I do that.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, I want to switch this up. Then I give myself an excuse, like, next week.
Right. I'll do it later.
I'll do it later. But if you really want to, just give it one chance, and you'll see. It's not that hard.
Right.
It brings you something. You know what I'm saying? Like, happiness, joy. It gets rid of that depression that you might be going through.
Right on.
Because you're gonna see, like, the world too is like everybody has a story.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And once you start realizing that, you're gonna be like, hold on.
Right.
maybe what I'm going through is not as bad as what this person's going through, and I can help this person by helping them helps you.
Yes, it definitely does. It leads to healing.
Yeah,
yes, it does.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it helps you love yourself more.
Yeah.
Because if you don't love yourself, then you can't love nobody else.
You really can't.
That's what I feel.
Yep.
So once you start doing those things where you love yourself, when you could be really proud of yourself, and be like, man, I did that, like, and I helped somebody, you know what I mean? And then you start loving yourself.
Absolutely.
And then it becomes easier to just love everyone else.
Come on,
and maybe you'll change them.
Yes.
You know, and what they're going through.
Right. Always. Yes. And you have no idea the kind of impact you can have on somebody just by doing that.
Just by
doing that.
Just being nice.
Yes. And just that energy that you radiate. You know what I'm saying? And like what impact that can have on other people. And I agree. I want to live in a world where more people do that and like that more people understand that. You know what I'm saying? And that they grow that, you know, and continue.
It's all about conversating.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Growing the conversations, y'all.
That's why shows like these are important.
I appreciate it.
Because without that conversation, then people are not going to understand or not know how to even approach it.
Yes, I agree.
And then everybody thinks they know everything.
Yes.
So it's like, and then they don't. And then they go watch your podcast like, okay.
Right.
I'm not going to tell nobody I didn't know, but this is where I learned it now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
but
that's all that matters.
Yes. Because also, I mean, I also get taught too. So that's a cool thing I love about it is there ain't been not one person on the show that hasn't touched me. You know what I'm saying too? So like, I can continue to grow also. Yeah. But that is why you were on, sir. Because you know, like I've always loved seeing like how you reach out to people, how you are able to bring people together. Y'all know it's gonna be lit when Manny in there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Not only are we going to be volunteering, but it's going to be a great ass time. Okay. Yes. We're gonna be smiling.
And we could be us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes.
Like it's not about like switching it up. And I think that's why sometimes people give me that pushback within our communities because I'm so much like the community that I connect with them because I am them.
Right.
And like there's people that are disconnected and they're like, damn, man.
Right.
Like how's he doing this? And it's like, just be you.
Yeah.
Just
I know. I don't think, I think people question their identity way too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And instead of just trying to, be authentically who they are, then unfortunately, when you're trying to force yourself to be something else, that's what's not going to work.
Bro, you don't have to talk in slang.
You're right.
You don't got to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Check me out.
No, none of that.
Right.
Like, it's none of that. You just be your genuine self. Talk the way you talk.
Right.
You know what
I'm
saying?
you.
As long as you come with love, positivity, all that other good stuff, that's all that matters.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And it's not about, for me at least, like, it's not about that pat on my back for myself. For me, it's the feeling that the whole gets.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Fed, yep.
Like, that's what matters to me, because then that's when I get that energy to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. It's fueling,
and I know that next person gets that energy.
Oh, yeah.
And against that village mentality, man. Once we got that village mentality, it's a wrap.
Yeah, there's so much we could do.
Spending that money, Tanisha got the farmers market.
Yes, hello, shout out to her.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, we got some really dope individuals in our community that go hard for us.
Right.
And we need to start going hard for them. You know what I'm saying? Me included. Like,
right.
You know, she told you I go really hard. But I could go harder, though. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, once we start bringing them dollars back to our community, once we start building it within our community, once we just start collaborating more within our community, it's all going to change for everybody.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
Know, not just that little group.
Mm-hmm. Not at all.
And we can't have that anymore.
We really can't.
We can't have these little groups that just always benefited off of that those communities.
The little cliques.
Yeah. We can't have that. And I'm not saying I won't ever build with these type of people.
Right.
But we just can't have that, like, they don't like voting, so I'm not going to mess with them. Yeah. Even if it's to benefit the community.
Right.
You know, for an event or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
Or vice versa. Oh, they vote.
Right.
You know, like.
Too political.
Yeah, like, no. What matters at the end of the day? Our environment.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yes.
Like, that's what really matters. I mean, yeah, we can have this battle. Voting does this, voting doesn't do this, do that. But while they're doing this,
the bickering.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. How are we moving forward?
So how are we thriving?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So screw all that stuff.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
LGBTQ plus community. Everybody, we all just need to come together.
Yeah.
With the common goal is to make our communities thrive together.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then not to be like, well, you know, everybody's always pointing the finger at each other. Like,
Right.
you need to stop all that shit.
Yeah.
Right? We all come from what? A struggle?
Yeah.
Right? No matter what the sorry. No matter what the struggle is.
Yeah, definitely.
That's our common denominator, right?
Right.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. No,
Right?
it's true.
Now, my struggle is more than yours.
Exactly.
Right? No. We all come from a struggle. It might not be the same struggles.
Correct.
But at least we could come to the common understanding. It is a struggle. What's your struggle?
Right.
What's your struggle?
Yeah.
My struggle is this.
Yeah.
My struggle is this. And you go, okay, and we can understand each other a little bit better.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. We all got to sit at the table.
Yeah, because we all come from the same places.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
and we can grow together.
Yeah.
And help each other.
Yeah, that division is what you know, the hierarchies want. They want that division. They want you to be clicked up. They want you to feel better than this group. They want you to feel, because they give us a little bit here more than a little bit over there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good.
And it breeds competition.
I get, and it's like, that shit don't matter at the end of the day.
Not at all.
It really doesn't matter. I don't give a shit if I got the same car 8 years from now.
Yeah.
I still could whip.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I still get where I gotta get. Like,
Right.
that shit doesn't matter. And I'm not saying it doesn't, because I do like nice stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Don't get it twisted. Like,
right.
she said my sneakers was,
Yeah.
gotta get
they
the fly.
fly.
You know
They
what I'm saying? So she got some fly ones on too.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? We like nice stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Like, right? I'm not saying to be like, you got to put a bag on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, put this glad bag on. Kanye West in it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, like, I'm not saying that. Like, I'm just saying, like, just give back a little, you know.
Yeah.
Give back what you can. You know what I'm saying? To your community.
Absolutely, because I do feel like, yes, and you named it, we live in America. You know what I'm saying? And the country that we live in, that's the thing. And so that's why I'm so glad that you're shedding light on why it's important, because I've definitely been saying that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reason why. Because I just feel like we are already here. I get that the competition is there. I get that in order to succeed, you're going to have to do this. And, you got to climb up.
No, you got to.
Exactly. Because otherwise, yes, I get it. You will fall behind.
Yeah.
But it's like, can we not do that more communally, though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can we not forget about what it's like to actually build up one another? And we all trying to win out here. You know what I'm saying? Is there not enough room for all of us to do it?
That's it.
Yes. Like, why is it that we got to stomp on other people to do it, though? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we win together?
To get up that crabs in the barrel mentality.
Yes.
So, like, my thing is, like, all the time, too, like, I tell people around me, they'll be like, especially, like, my cousins from the hood. And,
you already know.
What I'm saying? With that hood mentality, they be like, no soldier gets left behind.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, technically, like, if he's not, if he got shot in his arm and he said his legs don't work, and I got to carry him, I'm going to leave, bro. I might have to leave you if you're not going to use the legs that didn't get shot.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
so, like, I like that whole mentality of, like, just having to carry. No, it is, like, okay, I'm going to help you.
Right.
But you have to help me help you.
Yes.
And we're going to keep going together. I'm not going to leave you.
Right.
Because you're pulling what you can.
Yeah.
You feel me? You're pulling the
we
way
all
you
do
can.
our part. Yep.
And I will help you. And I'm going to hold you up as long as I freaking can.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Until you don't.
Until you can no more.
Until you don't want to no more.
Yeah. That too, though.
You know what I'm saying?
because it's hard to help people if they're not ready to start, if they're not willing to put that in. And I also love what you're saying, because you can't work harder than that person, though, either.
Yeah,
you can't.
So the whole mentality is just work hard. Give me what you can give me.
Yeah, at
and
least.
I'm gonna work hard for you.
Yeah,
and that's
we'll match
letting
that.
me, you know, you're working hard for me.
Yes.
Like you said, quantifying. Like, forget that.
Right.
Always
put numbers on it.
Yeah, we're not gonna quantify. Oh man, like, no, we're not doing that, man. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And some people are not going to understand that, because that leader mindset.
Yep.
That's the leader mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you know, I'm not going to leave you behind, but if you do,
hold me up.
Yeah, because again, we're a village.
Yeah, we are though.
By you not pulling whatever weight that you could pull, it's going to affect the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person.
It's a ripple effect.
Right? So you have a responsibility to uphold those standards for everybody.
Absolutely.
For everybody.
Yeah.
And it's not about who does more.
Right.
You know?
At the end of the day, no. And I did love too that you, with all that being said, that you talked about the young lord. So like but you have the new era young lords. Okay, so for those who don't know what that is, could you let them know?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Oh yeah, hey,
because so you know, the young lords come from a group of activists in the 1970s. Mm-hmm. They're a group of young men and women that got together. They were probably like 13 to 15 years old. They went from we're going to say street gang, because they were a group of kids that got labeled like, you know, I always like to say the Little Rascals.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, yeah, it was like that, but again, media over sensationalizes things and acts like they were like these killers, you know what I'm saying? Like, which
no, they weren't.
It's not that deep, man. They were fighting for their community is what they were doing. They would go and set up book clinics for kids to come read. They would teach kids how to read. They would feed the homeless. They would do things that was just against the struggle. Like, it was against the struggle. And then the people that, our oppressors don't like that. Yeah. Right? When we fight back. But we're doing it the right ways. Right? Yes,
absolutely.
Right? So they could say, oh, we're killers and we're all this, but it's the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Amen.
Like, you're not going to find that.
No.
Go ahead and Google it. Like,
you're
not going to find that we lynched anybody. You're not going to find any of that stuff. You're going to find us fighting for our people. Yes. And I get like scoliosis. They used to do tuberculosis testing. They would have doctors come from the hospitals and go into the hood and do free clinic. They're part of implicating free lunches. Yeah. So like if you do your homework, you'll find out that these guys are actually superheroes. These women are superheroes. Yep. Not gangsters. Yeah. So you fast forward that now, 50 years later, you have us, the new era now. We have this label on us like we're gang members, right? And it's just really weird to me because people know me personally, and then they see the work that we do in a whole nationwide from here to Puerto Rico. Right. You know what I'm saying? They see the work that we do, and they still label us, and they kind of got this label on us as gang members, and it's the farthest thing from it. Right. And so I'm glad you asked me that because I wanted to talk about that. Like, we're not a gang. Yeah. Like, right. Like, seriously. Like, y'all need to stop. Like, whoever's saying these type of things, if your mouth like fixes to say these things, just think twice because we're definitely not a gang. If anything, we're revolutionaries. Yeah. If anything, Amen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, that whole gang stuff has to stop because most of the time it comes from our own people. Yeah. And, and that's the sad part, because it's our own people that see us helping our own people that want to stop us from helping our own people for their own selfish reasons. Yes. And like, I'm just tired of hearing that. Like, last year we renovated Roberto Clemente Park on the west side of Cleveland. Hey. We took the park over. It was ran to the ground. She knows. Oh yeah, you were there. Oh, your daughters were there helping. Absolutely. Yes. So we took that park over, as young lords, and we for the whole summer renovated that park. Yes. It's beautiful. It's now it feels like I feel like it's a landmark on the west side now. That's right. That's right. And not only that, a year later, we have the Roberto Clemente League now. Yeah. So we have over 200 little kids ranging from 4 all the way up to 17 that are now on the street. They're not on the streets anymore. Right. They're playing baseball. Yes. That's huge. At that park. Right. Come on. We haven't played at that park since we were in the 90s, early 90s. Oh, wow. So like, if gangs do that, we need more gangs. You're right. If that's the case. What I'm saying? Man, what? Like us. Right, yeah. Like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of confusing. Yeah. And then, so we did that, we did at the end of September 17th, at the end of the renovations, we threw a huge celebration, celebrating Roberto Clemente Day. Right. And we had, salsa band came out. We had the Angelo show that came out. Oh, yeah, salsa. Yeah, they had the salsa going. It was a beautiful thing. We had, pop-up shops. Yep. All that. Blow up houses for the kids, pitching machine. It was a beautiful day. Yes, it was. So we had to hire our own security that day because the city of Cleveland wouldn't offer any police officers to come and protect us like they're supposed to. Right. All right. Yeah. So they told us we had to hire security. So from the people's money, we had to hire, instead of that money going to something that benefits the people, we had to hire security. So we did it. It's fine. No big deal. Yep. Right? But then we had like 8 cop cars pull up and get out their cop cars come out the cop cars and they're just standing at the edge of the festival. And they're just looking. And it was like uncomfortable.
Yes.
I'm not gonna front. Like, it was really uncomfortable.
Right.
For people that were just there as guests, you know, like within the community. It was uncomfortable for us as young lords, right? Because we have these stigmas, you know, against the system, you know, to where it's like, are you guys, what's your intentions here? Because we know our intentions here.
Right.
Our intentions here is to give our community a good time, a safe time.
Right.
Like, what are yours?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because those are fears from where we come from.
Let's go.
It is what it is.
Unfortunately,
like,
that's just where we at.
Yeah, like, what is going on?
Reality.
Like, you know. So,
my God.
one of my cousins, she had a vendor. She shout out to Lil Jimmy's.
Yay.
So she's talking to a friend of hers, which is a police officer. And I'm sorry I put you out there, cuz. I'm sorry, cuz. So she's talking to a friend that was a police officer, and the police officer goes, "Who's the purple gang?"
Oh, no.
And she goes, "What? You know, like, what are you talking about?"
Right.
She's like, "The purple gang, that's who they got the purple T-shirts on and stuff. Like, who are they?" And she's like, that purple gang is the one that's throwing this beautiful festival.
Right, are you serious?
You know, like,
right.
Yeah, like
please switch your question up.
So, but those are, you know, that whole gang stigma, it has to go out the window.
Right.
Like, if you watch if you watch this episode and you had these feelings about that, just let that shit go. Yeah. Because it is not that. And you're basically stopping our people from progressing. Because that's what we're here to do.
Absolutely.
You know, we're not here to put our people backwards. No. And we're not going to allow that to make us go backwards.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Just
we
just ask, stop it. Like, you know, do your homework, especially as a Puerto Rican people. You know, I don't even want to say Puerto Rican people. We say, you know, indigenous. We need to do our homework. We need to know who our allies are. We need to know who've been fighting for us since the 70s.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We need to know why when you were a kid, maybe now you're a middle-aged woman, that when you had that free lunch, where that free lunch came from, that supported you all the way through high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, we need to know these things, right?
Absolutely.
So I take a very, you know, I find it very offensive when I hear that.
Right.
Like, gang, you know, are you guys a gang? Or please don't come with your colors. Because we don't want to scare anybody. Because I've gotten this, Melissa, for real. Like, can you wear one of our shirts?
Oh, okay.
Like, and it's like, what? Like, and it'd be for like protection. They'd be like, can you come and just be like security and walk the grounds and make sure? And we'd be like, sure. They'd be like, but you can't dress the way you guys dress. Like,
oh my gosh.
Well, then that's like defeating the purpose of who we are.
Yeah. Come on now. You know, and we know a lot about to be proud of who we are, what we done. You know what I'm saying? We need to like wash that up.
That we have.
And wipe that all out.
You know, being American Boricuas from the States.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you know, that's our history. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us don't come from the island, right?
Right.
But that's our way to fight for the island.
Yes.
You feel me? That's our way to connect.
Yep. Connection to it. Yeah.
To the island. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
So I'm like, I just don't want to hear the gang stuff no more. It's played out.
Yep.
It is what it is. We've been around. I've been doing this since 2016.
Yep.
Like, if you don't know now, by now, like you're the one out the loop.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Get hip. Like, not me. Like,
right.
If you haven't seen what we've done, like,
then you can't talk about it.
And I'm very humble, and I normally don't be like that. Like, I did this, and we did this, and we did this, and we did that. You know, like, but check the receipts.
Yeah, like, exactly. You know
but we
have.
Check the receipts, and you will see.
Right.
Like, we've been killing it, and we're gonna continue to do it. You know? And it comes
you
from,
should.
It comes from no funding.
Yeah.
As far as government funding or anything, everything that we do, and you've seen that we've done from 2016 till now has been built by the people for the people.
Correct.
You know, that money comes from them.
Right.
And it goes where it got to go.
Yeah.
And we do game-changing things with that money.
Yes, you do.
And that's letting people know our strength.
Yes.
And that don't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not like I'm doing this because I want people to be like, oh, he's this or he's that. No, I want you guys to understand who you are and what you're capable of. Because when we come together, we do I'm just a messenger. I've seen
Yeah, the amazing things people can
what
do.
we've done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a big deal to basically it's a huge vocal point to
Yes.
to look at and to just to understand the magnitude.
Oh, yes.
You know, and it's Cleveland too. If you're from Cleveland,
Right.
through us, through the young lords of the Cleveland chapter, Cleveland in a whole has changed the game up.
Right.
You know, we were like the first ones. You know, my team here in Pacifically. Well, yeah, we get help from everybody, but we were the first ones to put boots on the ground in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
As young lords.
You
know? So, like, that was all from the help of the community here.
Right.
The Boricua people here. That was
Yes.
them coming together and being like, yo, go do it.
Yeah, exactly. And kill
go
it.
do it for us. You know,
Yes.
and that's what we did.
Right.
And then we're going on our 3rd year now.
Come on.
So.
Oh my gosh, exactly. And I'm glad y'all doing it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this is
Gang, gang.
Yeah, right. Y'all heard it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but at the same time, agreed because, well, and then I think that was the same because you mentioned the 70s. So this is also a Black Panther party.
Oh,
you know
so the Black
saying?
Panthers,
exactly.
those are our brothers.
Yes,
sisters.
yeah,
Those are our brothers
collaboration
and
happened.
sisters.
Yes,
Yeah.
and around that same time, y'all know they were saying the same things. Look at them, you know what I'm saying?
it's the same thing.
Criminals.
No, it's the same
doing
thing.
that, yeah. When they were steady doing exactly like what you said. I mean, book drives, like they're trying to educate people, feed people.
Fred Hampton Jr. was murdered by the police, and
Yeah.
they try to say he was shooting at the police, but we all know.
Yeah, we know the truth.
We know the truth, and,
Yeah.
and it's like, I'm tired of that.
Right.
I'm tired of being villainized.
Yes.
I'm not gonna stand and just let that shit happen anymore.
Right.
Like, it's not right.
No.
You're not gonna villainize us when you see our work.
Yes.
You know
Come
what I'm saying?
on.
Like, you're not. Like,
No,
it's
you're not gonna do that.
happen. It's over.
Right. But I agree that it's the minute that we do accept that's what stops. And like you said, it's what they want us to do. You know what I'm saying?
No,
to be like, yeah, give into that.
Bro, I'm traumatized off of things as kids is watching
Right.
like Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah.
That's a traumatizing day for me.
Yeah.
No, for real.
it
You know
is.
how scary that was as a kid?
Yeah.
Where like you wouldn't even like when you would have to watch these specials
Right.
and it was just all about him getting shot.
No, true. No. You are absolutely right.
They're like from the balcony right here. He shot him from there, and you're like, and they got the creepy ass music.
Yeah.
and you're just like,
Right.
and you're a little kid. It was
Yeah.
like a horror movie.
Oh, it
for
definitely
me.
was. Yeah.
you know, like I'm tired. I'm just tired of that.
Keep
story.
reliving that.
Yeah, like that. Just these stories. Like no, we do beautiful things.
Yeah.
Black, brown, white. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter because we have our brothers that are white.
Yep.
That go through the same struggles as we do. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to find a lot that band with us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That are allies. They go through the same thing.
Yeah.
They just see it from a different lens.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But they understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that exists.
That part.
That exists.
That. And I do love that you said that also as a Puerto Rican, though. It's not just Puerto Ricans that do this, but again, a lot of us have missed our connection to our indigenous ancestry.
Yeah,
That's
for
the
sure.
point. So at the end of the day, we all have this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all have these ancestral roots, but that is the point, too. We're not connected to that.
Yeah, no.
And I mean, if we were, then
So,
we would believe in these values.
I always tell people this. Growing up in the east side of Cleveland and predominantly all black neighborhood and still being attached to my Puerto Rican roots, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, because we were very Puerto Rican growing up in the neighborhood we grew up in. It wasn't like it was just absent. But being able to see that, we'll say like that Black American side of, the culture, right? I've always realized that if we're put together, right, we could teach each other, Puerto Ricans in general, or just anybody from like a Taino descent, African, Afro-Latino background,
right,
can teach our black brothers and sisters that are Americanized here, their African roots.
Yes.
Because it's so heavily within our people still.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So I could teach you be like, oh, I'm not from Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about that, right?
Right.
And then you'll make fun of the music
yes.
that I'm listening to, like ding, 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 not knowing
right.
that this
That's
is
actually
your
music.
this is your music.
It's our stuff.
Yeah,
Come
we
on
just
now.
adapted it, right?
Yes.
So I would like that was the beauty in things though,
Right.
of learning each other, because I had friends that
that
are black that could dance.
Oh yeah,
Better
come on now.
better than somebody from
it.
the island, right?
Killed it.
But because they now they understand that.
Yeah.
Because that from an early age, it was like, hold on,
Right.
these are African drums.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the bomba, you know what I'm saying?
It is.
The plena.
Where we
you know
get that
what I'm saying?
from?
The dance move.
Exactly.
All that's African roots. So
Yes, it is.
You don't, like, a lot of black kids,
Yeah.
they know their culture. They don't have one.
Right.
Their culture is pop culture.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
So when we come in,
Yep.
we could teach them that real culture, and we could come together, and we become stronger now.
Absolutely.
Because we come from the same place. And like, hold
That's
on.
right.
Right? And then we start to realize, like, languages are just barriers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
At the end of the day.
Like, yeah, like, if we want to keep going back, you know, speaking Spanish and all that stuff, like my grandfather was a black French man.
Yeah. At the end of the day. Yep.
He was a black French man. Like, he wasn't of you know, Boricua descent. You know what I'm saying? What happened was he ended up escaping from, I believe, the Virgin Islands or Haiti. Right? And I'm just learning a lot of this stuff. And he escaped from there to Puerto Rico and had to change his last name because he was a runner. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So he changed his last name to Santiago.
Yep.
And then he ended up being with a you know, Boricua woman, and then that's how the whole family was created, and the language was adapted and stuff like that. But I try to tell people, like, we take ourselves a little bit too serious when it comes to that Spanish-speaking stuff. Right. Because at the end of the day, that's a slave language if you want to really think about it.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's all go back further. Yeah. And let's learn our you know, Arawak language together. Yeah. Since we both don't know it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. If we want to go that deep.
Come on now. Exactly.
So, like, you know, it's just a lot of the things that we deal with are, you know, colonizer influence.
Oh yes.
You know, so it's just we need to understand who our people are. Right. You know, and stand with them and help each other.
Exactly. Because now, in order to break free from that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be the only way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so acknowledging that. We all have a history, and so we're not doing ourselves any service by actually, or any benefit by ignoring that history. No, we absolutely need to get in touch with it. And then there's so much we can learn and discover about ourselves. Much
about
like
ourselves.
Yes,
about
in
what I
the
was
process.
Just saying, like, you know,
exactly.
Music, all that type of stuff. Like,
it's all there, and it's all connected. And so with all that, and of course I can keep you here forever. You obviously going to have to come back, so that's cool.
No, definitely,
Yes, but if people did want to tap into more like what you shared and all that, because obviously there's so much we can continue to touch on.
Definitely.
How can they tap in, connect?
You guys could go on Facebook, Manny Santiago. You could go on IG. It's going to be Manny_bless_EM, like bless him.
Oh, hey.
_216.
There we go.
So Manny bless him 216 on IG. And that's pretty much it.
Hey, tap in though, y'all. Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate you so much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. Yes. Also, I know, right? Because I was like, it was everything, a little bit of everything we wanted to discuss.
Yeah, and we come from the same mud.
You know what I'm saying?
We come from the same mud, man. Yeah. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing us being grown now and being successful. You know what I'm saying? In different avenues. It's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. Come on, growth. Look at us. You know what I'm saying? We doing it. Gang. Exactly. So tap into whatever community y'all have, y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's out here, and there's just so much that y'all can benefit. So,
or let us know if you want to, you know, New Era Young Lords come to your hood. We'll come. We're not scared. Cleveland's our hood.
So, at the end of the day. All right, so we're going to be out here. So tap in. Thank you as always, y'all, for tuning in. Thank you, of course, for coming on. And every other Friday, y'all, we going to do it again. So, you know what I'm saying? Be out. We got one more dope dad coming through. He knows them. So y'all will get to know him too. So coming up. Thank y'all.
Peace.